Aw, shit. Get your tea and your popcorn because this is another good one. That's right, we've got an unambiguous dark skinned black woman saying some light skinned black women's colorism speaks loudly when they see darker skinned black women being loved well. And she goes on a whole rant about how light skinned women started the hard wig, soft life joke because we were just so jealous of women like her who get the opportunity to be loved by men like this. This is her husband, by the way. So she's saying that we are jealous because black women like her get to be with men like this. Let's get into it.
I wanted to talk about something that I have actually noticed on here as a very clear pattern. I have found it very interesting that when I do get comments from Black women who have something negative to say about my marriage or my choices or me promoting Black women to open up their marriage and dating options or marrying well, anything under that category, I notice the Black women who always have something negative to say. When there is something negative said, they generally are light skinned Black women. The ones who within the Black community have been touted as, the prize, the one to get picked, all the time. And so I find it interesting that they're the ones who, when they come on my page, I think they get triggered by the fact that I'm not light bright next to white. I don't have wavy curly hair. I'm not racially ambiguous by any means. I am a regular, brown skinned Black American woman. And I think it bothers them because within the Black community, they have been trained to think that the light skin and the wavy hair and the Instagram model look, that is what everybody is, going for, even when they do get picked by a lot of Black men, they still get, horrible treatment anyway. So it really doesn't make a difference. But still in their minds, they have decided that they are the prize. And I think that's even how the whole, hard wig, soft life thing came about, because they had to make some excuse for why there are Black women who are dark skinned and brown like me who are finding ourselves in marriages with men outside of our race who adore us, who love us, who are kind to us, who are providing for us, who are protecting us, and providing just these beautiful, soft wife lives. And I think that's where really the hard wig thing came in, because it's like, really, it's a way to mock dark skin and brown skin Black women who, a lot of them, are living better than some of the ones who were taught within our race are the chosen ones. We're living a lot better, and not just living better as in lifestyle, but being treated extremely well, most of us, by the men we've chosen outside of our race. And so I think that's just something we don't want to talk about, but maybe needs to be talked about. And some of you may need to kind of check in on yourselves and ask yourselves why you're feeling that way. Because I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10 that I get a comment from a Black woman saying, well, I was able to find a Black man that I love, or, that protects and provides for me, and I didn't have to find a white guy. I'm with a Black man. They're always a light skinned Black woman. And so it's always like, it's basically like this competition of, oh, well, see, yeah, you may be protected and provided for and over there living a soft life, but see, you weren't able to do it with a Black man, as if that's the end all be all prize. It's like, maybe it was for you. That's not the prize for everybody. It is not. And it's 2024. And y'all are still thinking that every Black woman is looking for a Black king. And we're not. So I just think that we really need to check our colorism, because we love to check other people's problematic behavior as long as they're outside of the race. But then when it comes to within the race, we don't like to talk about it. But I'm going to put it out there because I've seen it way too many times on my page. And like I said, I didn't say anything before because I really just kind of kept watching it to see if, like, is this a pattern? Why are they always like light skin? That's kind of weird. We're kind of racially ambiguous. And I see exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is, because they told you were the chosen one. So, wow, how could a Black woman who looks nothing like that, who's a brown skinned, regular looking Black woman, nappy hair, my kinky roots, or really, really dark skinned women. How are they living these amazing, beautiful lives with men who love them and adore them and just think the world of them? And they're not light right next to white with wavy hair. I know it boggles some of you all's mind. Not all of you now, not all of you, but the ones who I'm speaking about know exactly who they are. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who's noticed this. If you've noticed it, let's talk about it in the comments. Anyway, love y'all so much. Stay soft and happy Friday.
What boggles my mind about this woman is the fact that she thinks that light skinned women are jealous of a husband who looks like this. And by the way, obviously, this is a community full of mixed race women. So some of our dads look like this. Okay. That's fine. But I find it interesting how she's trying to call it colorism. And this is another social climbing mistake that a lot of dark skinned black women make. They call things colorism that are not colorism. Talking about a wig, that is not colorism. Colorism is when you are directly disparaging somebody and saying something negative about their skin tone. So, somebody saying that they don't want your husband, or someone talking about how they're light skinned and they're dating a black man, that's actually not colorism. So that's mistake number one that she made with this video, was basically following the same narrative that I see a lot of women following, which is essentially, if you disagree with me, you're colorist. If you don't support my interracial marriage, you're colorist. If you are questioning why I married this fat, bald white guy, you're colorist. Like, if you're not envious of my lifestyle married to this man who looks like Larry the Cable Guy, you're colorist. So that's mistake number one. She's labeling everything colorism to the point where nobody even takes colorism seriously anymore. Number two, I find it interesting how she wants people to respect her dating decisions, but she doesn't respect the dating decisions of light skinned women. She said that there were light skinned women in her comment section and maybe they dated a black guy or something. And then they said that they happened to date a black guy. So it's like, okay, you want people to support your dating and marriage choices, but you're not supporting the dating and marriage choices of light skinned women. By the way, has anyone noticed that if you're light skinned, you're not allowed to date anyone? Like, if you're a light skinned woman and you date a black man, oh, you're only with him because he puts you on a pedestal. If you're a light skinned or mixed woman and you date a white man, you're trying to be white. If you're a light skinned or mixed woman and you date a light skinned or mixed man, you're a colorist. You're trying to keep your kids light skinned. So, no matter who we date in the exotical community, a lot of unambiguous black women have something to say about that. So, why is it suddenly wrong when you have light skinned women keeping the same energy? And do you see how male centered this whole conversation is? So I feel like some dark skinned black women, they're in this invisible competition. They're in this one sided competition with light skinned women. They're in a one sided competition with black men, because we all know that a lot of dark skinned black women and dark skinned black men hate each other. And so they will go and announce on TikTok, oh, look at me, I divested. Look at me, I'm dating a white man. And it's like, as mixed people, first of all, we don't care because you're going to create more mixed race people. You're going to create more light skinned children. So that Larry the Cable Guy looking husband that you have, when you guys have a child, they are going to take on some of his features. So you're going to have a little racially ambiguous looking child. Have you also noticed how some of these women, they want us to be jealous of them so bad? It's almost as if they're trying to convince us to be jealous of them, or they're trying to convince themselves, like, oh, well, they're just jealous because I'm with this white man. I've never in my life heard any woman of any color, black, white, or other, talk about how she's desperate or really wants to marry a Larry the Cable Guy looking white man. The only women that I've seen that desperate, unfortunately, are unambiguous black women who are divestors. And divesting is really just covert white supremacy if you really look into the content, because those same women will talk shit about the black features of mixed race women. But that's another video. Let's look at some of these comments. This girl says, as a dark skinned black woman, I've been peeping that. I'm glad we're finally speaking about this. I've noticed this for a while. They're talking about light skinned women being jealous because dark skinned black women are getting into marriages with white men. So we're so jealous. So you're telling us that as the daughters and granddaughters of white men, or the relatives of white people, or having that in our admixture, we're jealous because you simply are sleeping with a white man? That doesn't even make sense. So do you see how much they pedestalize proximity to whiteness? And I've talked about this in other videos. For some unambiguous black women, if they don't have whiteness in their phenotype or their genotype, they will view whiteness as a status symbol when it comes to their sex lives and their dating lives. So they will randomly announce it on TikTok like, "Oh, I'm with this white man and I'm getting loved on and I have this amazing relationship." And the only women that I've really seen promoting this image are unambiguous black women who are kind of like pro swirling or pro divesting. And there's nothing wrong with the swirling part. It's just that romance is not a competition. So it's only insecure women who feel the need to compare their boyfriend to your boyfriend or whatever. So this woman in her video, she's essentially trying to say, "Hey, my relationship is better than most light-skinned women in my comment section." That's what she's implying. My relationship to Larry the Cable Guy is better than most light skinned women who come into my comment section. By the way, let's talk about some actual statistics of men. Okay, around 80% of men make less than $100,000 per year. So her husband, he is more than likely making less than 100K. Let's pretend that he is making more than 100K. Around 50% of marriages are 50-50 splits in terms of bills. So there's a 50% chance that she is splitting bills. Around 70% of divorces are filed by women. So, in the event that her marriage does last for the average length of a marriage, which is around 9 years, there's about a 70% chance that she, the woman talking, will be the one filing for the divorce. And don't even get me started on statistics about sex and how most men don't even know how to satisfy a woman in the bedroom. So we've got this unambiguous black woman here trying to convince us that she has this soft life, like she has this amazing sex life, amazing love life, that she's fully provided for, that she's being catered to, and that she's with this amazing physically attractive man. And, obviously, attractiveness is very subjective, as she is proving in this video here, because this is an image of her husband. I got this from her TikTok. And then she's saying that she has this amazing soft life despite her dark skin and her nappy hair. So, isn't that interesting? She's actually exposing herself. She's exposing the fact that she has received internalized messaging that her dark skin and her quote unquote nappy hair is supposed to stop her from having the soft life. Who told you that, sis? Who told you that? It sounds like you have spent your life dealing with internalized anti blackness, because I've personally never been told that blackness or dark skin or nappy hair will hold you back from the soft life. So, do you see how there's this agenda from some of these divestors where really what they're trying to do is convince us of their worth? So this woman is actually seeking the validation of other black women, and she's hoping that light skinned women see her content and that we finally give her her flowers, or kind of like give her the respect she deserves, or somehow put her on a pedestal or show respect to her marriage because she's married to a white man. She was saying, "Oh, well, not everybody wants that. Not everybody wants a black man." Okay, that's fine, but not everyone wants an overweight elderly white man either. About 1 in 4 elderly men past the age of 40 have erectile dysfunction. And also, not everybody wants a man with a beer belly. Not everybody wants a man with a big giant bald circle in the middle of his head. So, do you see how when I keep the same energy, now people are going to try to say that I'm being rude and racist and colorist, texturist, featurist, or I'm being like a hater now? So, do you see how they can give you that energy, but they can't take it back? They can dish it out and they can't take it back from you. And then if you as a light-skinned woman say, "Well, hey, I don't want your man." Like we're decentering men altogether. Some light-skinned women have actually decentered men altogether. So why doesn't she address that? Have you ever noticed that there's this stereotype that light skinned women are very male centered? And I feel like it's because of the desirability of light skinned women or mixed race women. A lot of women with inferiority complexes, like this woman in the video, they associate light, bright, and damn near white and wavy hair, or whatever she said. They associate your desirability with actually being male centered. So they love calling us pick me's. They like calling us whores and sluts and saying that we're like desperate for men or whatever, or like we're just used to men kissing our asses or putting us on a pedestal. So she totally negates the fact that there are plenty of light skinned women who are decentered from men. There are some mixed women who are LGBT. There are mixed women who are religious. They're celibate, or for whatever reason, they're not even thinking about a man. So do you see how she's basically just shouting from the abyss about how she has this amazing soft life? And she's really trying to convince us with her TikTok. If you look at her TikTok over on the side, she's showing herself doing Pilates. She's showing herself like in a golf cart. So she's trying to convince us, look at me. I have the lifestyle that you want. I'm in a golf cart. I'm in a Pilates class. And it's like, sis, is your self esteem that low to where you put Pilates classes and golf carts and whiteness on that high of a pedestal? So my question for this creator is who's the audience here? Because like I said, she's actually proving my point. Her name on TikTok is creator of Soft Wife Life. So like I said, a lot of these divestors they want to be like Nara Smith. They want to have the lifestyle of Nara Smith. So this woman is trying to convince her audience, "Hey, I am the dark-skinned Nara Smith." So like I said, when you are the exotical, you're not only their standard of beauty, but you're also their standard of living in a lot of cases because this is the life that they're assuming you're living. So whether they assume that you have access to this life because of black men or white men doesn't matter. But there is a stereotype that if you're an exotical, that you're somehow uppity or stuck up or like that you have access to a certain lifestyle that they don't have. So that's why these divestors are going out of their way to try to prove to everyone, look at us, we're living these amazing lifestyles. And it's like, sis, I would never want to bend it over and bust it wide open for Larry the Cable Guy. So if that's what you have to do so you can sit in a golf cart or go to a Pilates class, hey, live your best life. I'm not going to shame you, but I think that it's laughable that she's assuming that it's colorist, that there are light skinned women saying, hey, that's great for you, but like, no thanks. So apparently, if you disagree with a black woman's relationship or if you don't desire her life, you are now colorist, according to this woman. Because notice how she called them colorist light skins, but she never gave an example of what they did or said about her skin tone. She never gave an example. All she said was basically, the people who disagree with my relationship, you're colorist. Anyway, what do you ladies think? Are you an exotical who's jealous of her? Are you jealous of this woman? Do you want her life? Do you want this guy here in the photo? Is this your dream guy? Is this the dream lifestyle that you've always wanted? Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll talk to you next time. Stay pretty, ladies.